Welcome to another edition of Billy's Figure Reviews. Today we review Game of Thrones Legacy Collection Series 2 Khal Drogo from Funko. Recently, so before this year started, I can care less about Game of Thrones. Recently introduced to it, seen all the way up to Season 4, Episode 9. Still waiting to see the 10th episode right now, but I will have to wait a bit, computer's down. But other than that, what I've seen so far is pretty badass, and one of my favorite characters is Daenerys Targaryen and her crew of misfits. So I do hope to get more of her misfits, and there's quite a few other ones I like and I enjoy too, including the King of the North. The King of the North chant. You know, a bunch of old guys, middle-aged man yelling King of the North at some 20-year-old. That is pretty awesome. But anyways, today we review what I think is one of the best figures of Series 2, Khal Drogo. You know, he has that paint applications, but I'm just looking at the package here. You can just tell by the paint applications and the sculpt. He's, you know, his head scan's even awesome. And I'm pretty sure quite a few people might even use this head scan for an Aquaman custom. Yeah, DC's actually going to use him as Aquaman. I'm actually interested in seeing how that plays out. He was pretty brutal and aggressive as Drogo, so he might be a good Aquaman. We might actually see a badass Aquaman than a pansy. Anyways, let's take a look at his packaging. It says Game of Thrones Legacy Collection. He's number 10 of the whole of all the figures out right now. So he's the 10th figure Funko has released in the complete series. There's a brown and white globe there. Believe it has to do something with his tribe or something like that. What did they call them? Okay, well right now it's kind of escaping me right now. Anyways, Khal Drogo. I believe Khal is king, because they also call Daenerys Khaleesi. So I believe Khal is King Drogo. Other words. And on the side there, it says Game of Thrones Khal Drogo Legacy Collection. Let me see. Okay, on the side here shows a picture. Whoa, that's one long ponytail. Whoa. Okay, now that Billy's been shocked by his huge ponytail, it says Legacy Collection. On the back there, awesome picture of Khal Drogo. It says Game of Thrones Legacy Collection, and there's a series 2, starting with the sister lover, Jaime Lannister, Brienne of Tarth, and Arya Stark. I have those two waiting for me in my comic book shop, so I will review those two later on. Khal Drogo's the number 10. Robb Stark, I might pick him up as well. And then Daenerys Targaryen. I also have her. I have her right here, right now. So her review will most likely come before Brienne of Tarth and Arya Stark, as I have her in hand right now. But anyways, other than that, there's not much. Oh, except the top. Game of Thrones, the price tag, and number 10. With that being said, let's crack them open and give them a proper review. Drogo doesn't have that bad of a head sculpt. Not bad. You can clearly see his scar right there. It's not really bad. I actually think that what they did here was pretty good. I just like the head sculpt really a lot, man. Except for the creepiness of this how tall this damn ponytail is. My gosh. I thought Rapunzel had a huge freaking ponytail, but look at this guy. And this is the dude we're talking about. Maybe he's the male version of Rapunzel. Also, for those wondering, he did not come with the stand. Catwoman's stand will be making his second appearance. Anyways, give you a look at his accessories. So like I said, the stand is not his. It's a DC Collectibles animated series Catwoman. I guess he has a little bit of a problem standing, but so far he looks pretty badass. But before we do a proper review of him, we will do accessory review. So this is pretty nice. Nicely sculpted, nicely painted. Like the handle right here. Now that's the best part of this. Handle is nicely sculpted. Looks amazing. This is the second one. Again, not that bad. This one's not that bad. But I still like the silver black wash you have on here. Gives this dirty metallic look. It is two Drax-like knives. These are not bad. Again, I like the silver paint they used and the gold they also used. These in the light, these just shine out and just look. You know, in the light, I can't even tell the difference if they're fake or real. They just shine out that good. But on camera, they're probably just coming up as dull plastic. But this is pretty nice. And there's also storage for them on these little pockets right here. So there's storage for them right there, which is pretty nice. So he's like, so if anyone pisses him off, he could just pull out two damn knives, jump on them. Anyways, let's go through his paint details and everything. Okay, for the first, I think this is the only figure I actually owned with nipples on there. Funko's actually, you know, I've collected WE, TNA, Batman, Marvel Legends, and none of them have nipples or anything painted on them. But Funko actually painted nipples on this guy, which is weird. You know, after so many figures without nipples, and then you finally see it, it just seems really weird. I can now see why he kind of skipped that. But anyways, other than that, they have this nice paint details on him. It looks like he's been fighting in the dirt. You know, he's all dirty looking, and his paint and his tattoos just look so real realistic. You know, they painted you can tell here there's a couple dark brown, some kind of darkish paint to simulate dirt on them. I think that's pretty nice. Dirt and sand on them, you know, that's nice. And then he has that really long Rapunzel ponytail. Yeah. And his thing right here is just nicely sculpted. So yeah, this is one heck of a badass figurine, except for the fact there's troubles with it standing up. I think it's not bad. You know, the sculpt on here, the paint applications. You know, I think, although there's not many fans of the show, I think this is a good set. If there was probably more fans of this show, this set would probably be a little bit more popular. But other than that, but the gold and the silver on this guy just shines out in that light. Like, it might come off as dull through the camera, but in the light, it just comes out nicely. Other than that, this is a nice figure. They have them all nice and dirty. I've probably said that a lot. You know, actually, another thing I want to point out, these started to look like these were bright white, but actually also did that on the gloves too. You know, some toy companies might actually just skip the dirty bandages on the arms, the tape on the arms, just go bright white. But these guys actually went all out. They made him look like he's a dirty person, man. Sorry. But anyways, not a bad figurine. It is time for the articulation for this guy, so let's go take him off his Catwoman stand here. Take Aquaman off the Catwoman stand. Okay, you can't even move his head down that much. You can move his head down a little bit, I guess. Yeah, his arm can go that far out. So yeah, there's a joint there. There's an elbow swivel, single jointed elbow. Yes, and there's a. Come on, you know you want it to move. Come on. Okay, there's just. Actually, I think. Okay, there's a hand. The hand swivels here, and there's a hinge. On this hand, it doesn't want to do that for me. It just wants to do the hinge, and I think I lost a little bit of paint there. I rubbed a little bit of paint off by an accident. Sorry about that. And okay, there is a here. There is a diaphragm joint, but the thing around his waist is limiting that articulation. But you can get a little bit of a pivot, but you can't get him to go back and forth that much. Wait, this left leg seems a little bit loose. This one right here can kick, doesn't seem all that loose, but he can karate kick that far out. His upper thigh swivel. Ooh, gotta be careful. Double jointed knees. You gotta be extra careful with these Game of Thrones ones. You never know which batch you get. You never. Ooh. Okay. Are you gonna move for me? Okay. I think there could be ankle pivot. I think I could move up and down an ankle pivot, but I do not know that. Due to the fact. Oh, wait a minute. Like I'm standing. He's standing without his without his special Catwoman stand. But I don't know what's up with his feet. They could be frozen articulation. They could not actually. Maybe they aren't meant to be moving around. But yeah. Except for the frozen articulation in the hand and the feet there. I'm just guessing frozen articulation in the hand. Not bad. It's not a bad figurine. The paint details are amazing. This guy's actually got nipples. You can actually. They've also sculpted it to make him really jack looking. You know, they don't have this flat chest. They actually have. You know, there's actually lines in there. I'm sorry, I actually took them down. There's actually some lines right there. You know, most. Anyways, the paint apps, these sculpting on this guy. Some of the articulation might not be there, and might accidentally chip once in a while. And these are probably prone to break. This is not actually a bad figurine, except for some of those cons. I'd get it. If I was watching this review, I'd probably buy this anyways. Because This is a nicely detailed figurine. It might not be up there with articulation and everything, but man, I gotta say, this is one hell of a badass figurine. Anyways, for more of my reviews, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next edition of Billy's Figure Reviews.